Now I'm going to show you how you can mark a table in your Power Pivot model as a date table. Configuring a date table accomplishes two things. Number one, if you use DAX calculations such as time intelligence functions, these calculations will discover that there is a date table, so you don't have to specify the date table as an argument to those functions. So it makes it a little bit easier to configure to work with time calculations such as year to date, quarter to date, and so on. And the second benefit of using a date table, especially in Excel, with Excel reporting, is that Excel pivot reports will discover that you have a date table, and that they will enable additional filtering options such as previous month, next month, today, yesterday, tomorrow, and so forth. Configuring a date table is very easy, assuming that you have imported a table that has dates. Then marking this table as a date table is very easy. Now there are some rules here when you when you configure your date table. It has to have a continuous range of dates. It has to be at the day level, so that means that each row in that table must represent a date, individual day. And there are some additional rules that I mentioned in the book. But once this is done, once you have a table that has this information, then marking this as a date table is very easy. Essentially what you have to do is to go to the Design tab, expand the mark as date table, and then check mark as date table. And here what Power Pivot for Excel is asking you to do is to specify which column is as of date type. Now one of the columns in that table must be of date type, and if it is, Power Pivot for Excel will automatically detect it and will default to it. And then you click OK, and that's it. And now your date table, your date table in the model, in the AdventureWorks model, is properly configured as a date table. Now let's go for a moment. Let's switch back to our dashboard report that we did in the previous exercise. Now, one thing to notice here is that if you take a look at the 4 chart, the months are actually not sorted in their natural order. Instead, they are sorted in alphabetical order, which is probably not what you want. Another thing that you can do in your Power Pivot model is that you can implement custom sorting. So what we need in this case is that the month name column, which we used on the report, instead of being sorted in alphabetical order, we want to sort it by another column. And it so happened that in this table I have another column, which actually is an integer column, that returns the ordinal number of the month. So for July is 7, for August is 8, and so forth. And that's exactly the column that I need to specify that the month name column is going to be sorted by that month number of year column. To do that, I select the month name column, and then I'm going to go to the Home tab, and then I'm going to expand the Sort by Column drop down, and then click the Sort by Column, and then I specify that the column that I need to sort on is going to be month number of year, and then I'm going to click OK. This configures the custom sorting for the month name column. So now if I go back to Excel, Power Pivot Field List displays the refresh button because it detects that there are some changes made to the model. And when I click the refresh button to apply those changes, now as you can see, the 4 chart actually changes, and now my months are sorted in their natural order.